Hey guys, so you may have noticed that I actually deleted a good handful of some of my older videos. They were either just outdated or just inaccurate formulations, and I don't want to be spreading, false information. This is a video that I'm remaking. It's my Mermaid Body Scrub. I absolutely love this scrub, and a lot of you guys have been asking me where this video went, so here I am remaking it. So let's get started. So a key ingredient you need for the scrub is obviously the mermaid fragrance oil, because without it, then it's not a mermaid scrub. And I purchased this fragrance over on Bulk Apothecary. I will link it down below so you guys can find it easily. And I'm personally not a big fan of the mermaid fragrance. It's kind of more like a musky scent. And what I personally like to do is pair it with peppermint essential oil and eucalyptus essential oil. I'll use about 1 drop of the eucalyptus and about 2 drops of the peppermint, but obviously this amount will change depending on how much you make. And the other key ingredient for this formulation is blueberry seeds. This is more of an aesthetic. It doesn't really work too much as an exfoliator. The sugar is the exfoliation. This is just, it's all aesthetic. But anyways, let's just get into it so you guys can figure out how I made it. I'm going to be making a total of 300 grams of this body scrub, and I'm using a 500 milliliter glass beaker. Make sure you're using a heat safe container. So I started with 21.6 grams of emulsifying wax NF. Then I added in 21.6 grams of cetyl alcohol, 53.4 grams of almond oil. You can use whatever other carrier oil you want. Sunflower oil is one of my favorites to use in body scrubs. And then 21.6 grams of shea butter. You can substitute this out for another butter, but I personally prefer a softer butter to make the scrub, softer. So just keep that in mind if you're using a harder butter. And now it's time to create a water bath. If you watch my videos all the time, you know how to do this. Take a pan, fill it up with a little bit of water, place in your beaker, and cover it up with some foil. And you just want to heat it up until it melts. There's no specific temperature, just heat it up till it's melted. And once everything is melted, I just like to go ahead and cover it up again, and then I place into my refrigerator until everything is hardened. So now that everything has re-solidified, it is time to mix everything up. I'm just using a hand mixer to blend it all up, and I just like to make it all soft and fluffy. And you'll notice some of it sticks to the side, so you might have to pry it off using a popsicle stick or something. So just keep that in mind. And after I scraped all the sides, I went ahead and mixed it up again to make sure everything is well blended and mixed. So now it's time for the coloring. I'm using this teal mica powder here. I actually bought this a while back. I don't even remember where I got it. So I'll try to find something similar. I'll probably be able to find some over on Amazon, and I'll link to that down in the description box along with everything else I use in this video. So I always like to only add a little bit of coloring in at a time and then mix it up to see how it looks. You can always add more, you can't take it out. So just go easy on the coloring until you get your desired color. The color you're kind of going for is mint chocolate chip ice cream. So keep that in mind when you're making this body scrub. So now that we have our desired color, I went ahead and put the beaker back on the digital scale to add in our preservative. So you want to make sure you're using a preservative for anhydrous products. That is products that only contain oil, and that is the product we're making right now. So I'm going to be using Optifin. Again, I'll link this down below along with everything else. And I added in 1.8 grams of the Optifin. So you want to make sure you're using a preservative. Even though this doesn't contain water, it may come into contact with water in your shower. Actually, it most likely will. So make sure you're using a preservative. So now it's time for the exfoliator. I added in 180 grams of sugar. Now this is kind of personal preference. This is just what I prefer. I did a total of 120 grams of the butter and emulsifier and stuff before, so I did a little bit over half. Typically equal parts is what people prefer, but I like a little bit more exfoliation than that. So I would go ahead and start with 120 grams of sugar, test the exfoliation on your skin, and then if you want more, then add more. So after you have your desired amount of sugar, it's time for the blueberry seeds. So I don't really have an exact amount I add in. I just sort of sprinkle a little bit in and then mix it in and see how it looks. And I actually got it in the first shot. So just add in a little bit, mix it in, and see how it looks. So now it's time for the fragrance. And of course, I'm going to be using my Mermaid fragrance oil. And I only add in about 5 drops of it. It's pretty strong. You can use however much you want. That's just what I prefer. And then I'll use 1 drop of eucalyptus and then 2 drops of peppermint essential oil. Again, this is just my own personal preference. You can just use the Mermaid if you want. I just like the peppermint and eucalyptus. And then I went ahead and blended everything together to make sure the fragrance was well blended in. And now we're done. So I am going to be taking this container. I have no idea where it's from. I've had it for years. This is what I put my body scrubs in all the time. So I'll try to find one around this size on Amazon. I'll have it linked down below along with everything else I use in this video. I know I say this a lot, but I get comments all the time asking me where to buy things, but it's always linked in the description box. So make sure you're always checking my description boxes. And of course, I had to add a label to my body scrub. If you want to know how to make your own labels, I'll link down below to a video that shows you guys exactly how I make them and how I waterproof them. It'll be linked down in my description box. So this is the finished body scrub. I wanted to kind of show you guys what it looks like on a white backdrop because I feel like the blue backdrop kind of drowns out the color. As you can tell, it literally looks like mint chocolate chip ice cream. I hope you guys are seeing it too. It looks so freaking pretty. So just to give you guys like a good look at the texture, it's really soft and like creamy. If it's winter where you are or you live in a colder climate, this might be pretty hard just sitting at room temperature. Since our bathrooms always warm up when you take a shower and stuff, it'll definitely soften while you're in the shower. So you don't really have to worry about it being too hard. So just keep that in mind if you live in a colder climate or maybe your house is just colder. So in order to use a body scrub, you want to make sure you're applying it in circular motions on wet skin. If you want, you can use this on your face as well, but keep in mind it does have fragrance oil in it, and I know a lot of people like to avoid that on their face. Also, if you do have oily skin on your face, you may find it to be a little too greasy for you, but you know, give it a try. See how your skin reacts. But for those of us with dry skin, it'll definitely work great on your face. So here is the formulation. As you guys have probably noticed, I'm showing the formulations at the end of the video instead of the beginning. I kind of think it just works better that way. But here's the formulation. You can screenshot it if you want and then just come back to it whenever you want to make it. It's a really easy formulation. And of course, just use whatever desired amount of sugar you want. You'll figure it out. It just depends on how much exfoliation you're looking for. And of course, you can use any other carrier oil you would like. You can use any other anhydrous preservative you would like and any other butter you would like. Just keep in mind if you use a harder butter, your scrub will be harder. But yeah, so now that we are all done with this video, it is time for my Patreon shoutouts. First is Essence of Nature over on Etsy, at Stardust Bath & Body over on Instagram, Nature's Farm Girl at naturesfarmgirl.com, Kennedy's Essentials at kennedysessentials.net, LettsBlend at letsblend.bigcartel.com, Creative with Love at creativewithlove.me, Trina's Jewelry Box over on Etsy, Wallflower Wildflower at wallflowerwildflower.com, Heartfelt Beauty here on YouTube if you want some more formulating videos, HSB Organics at hsborganics.com, I Am Beautia at iambeautia.com, Yellow Hippie Store over on Etsy, at sugared_pineapple over on Instagram, and KAJ Bath & Body over on Etsy. So all my lovely patrons will be linked down in my description box. Also, if you guys didn't know, I do sell products myself over on Etsy. I'll have it linked down in the description box and in the corner, so it's easy for you guys to find. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know you guys have been asking for it since I deleted it before, and I'm going to try to redo as much of the videos that I deleted. So if there's any videos that you notice was deleted off my channel, leave me a comment down below and let me know which ones you want me to remake. Because not all of them I'll be able to remake, but most of them I will be able to. So yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day and hope to see you guys next time. Bye!
I'm stuck in the motions. I've been consumed by the wrath of time like I'm frozen. I'm shattered.